Right now, something is happening financially that most people are not fully paying attention to. And it's not just about Bitcoin going up or down or whether crypto is volatile. This is bigger than that. This is about a full shift in how money itself works. For decades, the system has been simple. You work a job, you get paid in dollars, you store that money in a bank, and maybe you invest a portion of it if you're thinking ahead, right? That model is slowly being replaced. Not overnight, but steadily, and the people who recognize it early are positioning themselves very differently than the average person. What's replacing it is a combination of digital assets, automated systems, and global financial access that doesn't rely on traditional gatekeepers anymore. That includes crypto, but it also includes how AI is being used to generate income, how payments are moving instantly, and how individuals now have more control over their money than ever before. Think about this, right? In the traditional system, if you want to move money, you go through a bank. If you want to invest, you go through a brokerage. If you want to build wealth, you're told to wait 30 or 40 years, right? But in this new system, those timelines are being compressed. You can move money instantly. You can earn yield on your assets. You can build digital income streams that operate 24/7. And you don't need permission to start doing this. Now, this doesn't mean everything is easy, right? It doesn't mean there's no risk, but it does mean the structure is changing. And whenever the structure changes, that's where opportunity is created. Look at how digital assets are evolving. They're not just speculative anymore. They're becoming part of the infrastructure. Payment systems, contracts, ownership records, these are all moving toward digital formats that are faster and more efficient than what came before. At the same time, AI is accelerating everything. One person can now do what they used to take, an entire team. That means more output, more scalability, and more ways to generate income without increasing time spent. Now, combine that with global access. Get the picture yet? Someone can create something online, monetize it, and reach people across the world without needing a physical location. That's a completely different model than what most people were raised on. Am I correct? But the problem is most people are still operating with an old mindset inside a new system. They're still thinking in terms of hourly wages, fixed income, and slow growth, while the system around them is moving toward speed, leverage, and automation. And that's where the gaps form. The people who adapt early start pulling ahead, while everyone else feels like things are getting more expensive and harder to keep up with. So the question becomes, how do you position yourself in this new system? But first, you have to understand that money is no longer just something you store. It's something you deploy. Where you put your money matters more than how much you have. Secondly, you have to start thinking in terms of assets, not just saving, but placing money into things that can grow, produce, or at least protect your purchasing power. And third, you have to understand that speed matters. The earlier you start learning and adapting, the more advantage you gain over time. And finally, you have to accept the system is not going back to what it used to be. This is not a temporary shift. This is a long-term transition. The people who recognize that now are not just reacting to changes, they're preparing for them. Because at the end of the day, the goal is simple. You want to be in a position where your money is working for you, your systems are producing, and your time is no longer the only thing generating income. That's the difference between being inside the system and actually understanding how to move within it.